I want to continue to talk about why the deer runs into the car. We used Tanya Dioria in this illustration. We take the letter Y from the word Tanya, we turn it upside down, it becomes an H. We take the letter A from the name Tanya, it is the first letter of the alphabet. The H is the eighth letter of the alphabet. We combine the 8 plus 1, it equals 9. The ninth letter of the alphabet is I. We add that to the T-O-N, and that brings us to the name Tony. And we're talking about Tony Hilbig here. Dioria breaks down into U-D-I-O-R-A. The letter U upside down is the letter N, so Tony U-D-I-O-R-A becomes Tony D-I-O-R-A-N-U. So Tony, the sun god in you, because the eye of Ra is the sun god. So Tony Hilbig, the sun god in you. Son means son because Jesus was the son and he was God in the flesh. So Tony Hilbig, the son of God, is in you. We take the word deer because we used Marnisa. Her last name was Reed, which brought us to deer, but deer brings us to the word peer. The lowercase d turned upside down becomes a lowercase p, which means pair. Pair means two, referring to the two stone tablets, referring to the two children of Tony being Joseph and Hannah. So we're going to talk about why the deer, or why the peer, or why the deer runs into the car, why the peer runs into the car, or how the two stone tablets get into the Ark of the Covenant. The headlights of the car represents the light of God. The car itself represents the Ark of the Covenant. So when the deer, who represents the pair, which is the two stone tablets, which is Joseph and Hannah, sees the headlights, which is the light of God, Joseph and Hannah, the deer runs to the light of God, and when it runs to the light of God, it runs right into the car, it runs right into the ark, it runs right into the vessel that is used to carry. So this explains the pregnancy of Tony Hilbig and her two children. Now, the car, which is the ark, is the impregnation of an individual with children. The two headlights protruding out of the car signifies birth of the two stone tablets, signifies birth of the two children. One headlight represents the basket of Moses. The light itself represents the presence of God. The other headlight represents Jesus in the manger, him laying in his basket or his crib, and the light represents the presence of God. So you have the two plastic components, which are the headlights, representing the baskets of Jesus, the baskets of Moses. Then you have the light itself inside the plastic device, which is the headlight. So you have the light itself, which is the children. So you have the light represents Jesus, the light represents Moses. So it represents the two children, and the plastic case itself represents the two baskets that the children are carried in. So the two baskets with the light of God in them, one being Moses, and they said Moses was a woman, so one being Hannah, and then the second basket, the second headlight, is that being Jesus, or that being Joseph. So what you have is you have the car, you have the ark, which would represent Tony, and you have the two headlights protruding out of the ark, coming out of the belly, being born, would be Joseph and Hannah. So the car and the headlights itself represents the Ark of the Covenant, represents the holy girl who gives birth to the two children of God.